represented on Facebook, maybe your goal is to build your email list to 1,000 people, right, over the next like 2 months. And the majority of your posts are focused on obviously putting out good content, but it's building your email list at the same time, and then after you get to 1,000 or however many, however many that may be, maybe you pivot, maybe you change, maybe, it's, I want to raise awareness and sell merchandise, right? And then so you need to create a strategy around that. Again, posting great content, but with a call to action to sell merchandise. Again, you just got to figure out what your bigger picture is and work backwards. And then it'll be more clear on what platform you should be on and spending the majority of your time.
That's perfect, because that segues into my next mini conference I'm putting together. Yeah. And it is on building a business plan.
Awesome.
So, because I am a strong believer that you have to know what you're trying to achieve before you can achieve it. It doesn't mean it can't change what you want to achieve, but you can't go anywhere if you don't know what it is you're trying to accomplish.
I absolutely agree. And, it's like, if you don't have a vision, it's like being at sea without a compass. You don't know which way to go. You're being pushed around from place to place, from thing to thing. You don't really have control over anything. You maybe feel like you do, but if you don't have a vision, you don't have a North Star, if you will, you're not really accomplishing anything. And so I think that's very, very important. So.
Yay. Well, I'm excited to have had you on today. It's almost 4:30 and time for Dani Felt to come and talk about finding your inner power, which is your attitude, surprisingly. Awesome. So I appreciate your time. Is there any closing thought that you'd like to share?
No, I mean, if anybody would like to connect with me, Facebook, I'm wide open. You can connect me on Facebook. I spend a lot of time on LinkedIn just because that's the nature of my business. I'm always open to have a conversation. If somebody would like to, they can direct message me on Facebook and set up a call or whatever. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you, Cody. I appreciate you. And I will be in touch with you tomorrow.
All right. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
All right. We are going to get Dani Felt in here. She is our next speaker. Dani, are you there? Dani? Let's find her. There she is. Hi.
Hello.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Are you having a good day so far?
Yeah. Are you having a good day so far?
Yes. We have learned all about digital marketing and how to build a bridge from the stage to the marketing to our digital, and from our digital back to the stage, and calls to action. So now you're going to teach us about.
Oh, I don't know if you're announcing it or you wanted me to announce it.
It's all you, girl.
Sure. I'm going to talk about 10 ways people can step more into their power.
Perfect.
Cool. You just want me to begin now, or I wasn't sure.
It's 4:30 on the dot. You're good to go.
Cool. Hi, everyone. My name is Dani Felt, on Facebook, Dani Abundance, and I am an artist empowerment coach. So I work with artists to help recognize their limiting beliefs, help them shift those so that they can start attracting more of what they want in their life. A lot of times our mindset gets in the way of what we really want, like stress and our environment and all of these things. So, I love to help artists get unstuck and step back into their power and start attracting more of the life that they really want. Cool. So I have a list of 10 ways that you can start doing that. So the first is surrounding yourself with good people. We all have those friends and those people in our lives that just are so negative, and like every time you get off the phone with them or you're like video chatting with them, you just feel like drained and tired and blah, you know? So just like surrounding yourself with good people is like so important. And you want to surround yourself also with people that are even more smarter than you, more ahead than you, have like more knowledge than you, so that you can really grow and learn. Because it doesn't feel good to just like be the smartest person in the room and always feel like you want to like coach people and teach people, but they're not paying you for it. You know, so it's good to like be around people that are gonna really like bring you up and like empower you and like inspire you to be better. You know, being in different programs and coaching programs and Facebook groups and masterminds is a really great way to just start connecting with those people, those like higher vibe people. And I say like higher vibe, I just mean like more positive, good energy, like good people, you know? Because when you're like with these people that are like just like negative, you just feel like awful. So it's really important to just keep focused on like who you're spending your time with and who you're spending your time with virtually, who you're emailing, who you're texting. You know, some people are just like, oh, I want to just like vent to you for 3 hours on the phone. You know, we all have those people in our lives. And like, my thing is, I get it. Like, people need to vent, but at the same time, you need to have like healthy boundaries and not just like, you know, let them just like drain your energy like 24/7, you know? And if someone is doing that, you might want to say, hey, look, like, I'd love to help you. I'd love to give you advice, but like, you know, here's my rates. I can work with you. You know, I can coach you through this, but like, I just can't continue to just keep having you vent and take all my energy. I mean, I don't have to say take all my energy, but like drain me constantly, because it's not doing anything good for you. And when you're drained and you're tired and we're feeling like blah, we can't really help others to the same degree. And so it's in everyone's best benefit that we surround ourselves with good people and good energy and just like rise together versus like trying to like save everybody, because not everyone really wants to be saved anyway. I always thought like, hey, if I save people, it's good, but I realized some people really just want to play victim and they don't want to be in the empowering mode. So it's like it's not our best interest to always try to save everyone. It's in our best interest to just step into our own power and like be the best version of ourselves, and then that will like inspire those around us. So it's like just connecting with good people, being around people that are smarter than you, and like stop trying to save everyone, you know? Okay, so number 2, also I want to say one more thing is mentors. Like, get mentors. Like, find the people that are doing what you want to do. If you want to be a really successful singer doing the voiceovers for Disney, go find coaches that work and are like working with the people that are working with the stars. If you want to be like a touring musician, like go talk to the managers of people that are touring and see if you can like pay them for an hour of their time and just get information. I mean, it's worth paying people if they're going to give you information that you can go apply and help you. So mentors, super important. Masterminds, just like surround yourself with those good people. People are going to bring you up. Okay. Number 2, one way we can step into our power is by really just being in silence and learning to meditate and like listen to our intuition. One thing that I think coronavirus is really doing is it's really having everyone be with themselves more and have more time to like really reflect on like what is serving them and what is not serving them, who they want to surround themselves with, what they want to do, if this is really their passion, if this feels good to them, if this feels, you know, intense, if they really want to continue with that job in the future, or if they want to try something different. So meditating and just like being in silence is really important for like our soul's sanity, you know? It's like whenever I feel like really stressed and people are just like, you know, I'm like, all right, I need to meditate. Like, I'm really irritable right now because I didn't meditate. So highly recommend, like, there's so many like guided meditations on YouTube, on Spotify. We created one called the Singer Success Guided Meditation. If you want that, just let me know and I'll send that to you. but just like being in silence and really like listening to our intuition. I also feel like putting your hand over your heart and like asking yourself, like, is this good for me? Like, how do I feel right now? You know, I think a lot of us just like avoid how we feel about something. That's a really big indicator, you know? So if you're like working on something and like you just like feel like this like awful like negative energy about something, maybe you're not meant to work with that person. Maybe that extra $100 isn't worth the stress and the negativity that's going to take over from working with that person, because we all know those clients that are just like really draining, and it's like, oh, like I had a client like that. She drove me crazy and I had to give her money back and just be like, look, this isn't working. Like I can't do this. This isn't a good match. You know, it's about finding like the right match, and like just meditating is like a super helpful way. You can do it for like 5 minutes a day. They have a ton of apps as well. I forget the names of them, but they have like apps that like time. I think it's one's called like Calm. Um, so yeah, I mean, just meditating is like really, it's so powerful. So,
So on your number 2 point, is it okay to say no?
yes, I feel like I wrote that down in one of my points, but I might have not. No, I did in 6. But yeah, it is okay to say no. You don't have to say yes. I'll just go to point 6 because that totally went there anyway. Setting boundaries. Like when you set boundaries, you're more in your power. You don't have to answer a text message right away just because someone texted you right away. You don't need to answer every single call every single time people are calling you when you have other things you're working on, you know, and we teach people how to treat us. So if we're constantly available and always like, oh my God, like I'll do anything for you all the time and I'm always there for you and I'll put you first before me and whatever, they're gonna just think they can always, you know, come to you whenever they need you all the time, you know, and that's not necessarily good for our sanity. You know, that's not really healthy. We need to create boundaries. And yes, it is okay to say no. You do not have to say yes all the time. And I encourage you to not say yes all the time. Because when we say yes to everything all the time, like we can't usually focus on something, you know, like I have this problem myself sometimes. It's like I want to say yes to this project and this project, and then when you say no, people are like offended, like, oh my God, like what, you're saying no? But I realize the more I can say no, the more I step into my power. The more all of you guys can say no, the more you all step into your power. You don't have to do that free thing. Like you don't have to. You can do it if it feels good, if it feels like it's a good trade, go for it, but you don't have to say yes. You don't have to say yes. Setting boundaries is super important with your time, with people you hang out with, what you choose to do. I mean, me personally, I've been doing a ton of programs and I'm doing stuff on energy exercises and just like clearing chakras and just like setting energetic boundaries, because that's just like super important before I even talk to anybody, is like just doing exercises for that. So yes, boundaries is super important, and yes, you can say no. Okay, number 3, gratitude. It's like a buzzword these days. I'm like, oh, gratitude. But really, it's like powerful. And it is powerful for changing your life when you are in gratitude. You can make a list of like 5 things every day that you're grateful for. You can make a list of like 1 thing you're grateful for. You can just be like, I'm grateful for my clothes. I'm grateful for showers. I'm grateful for electricity. I'm grateful for living in a first world country. You know what I mean? Like, there's so many things to be grateful for. And it's hard to be in a bad mood when you're grateful too, because you're like, oh, I'm so mad about this thing, but like, look at all the amazing things I have. Look at the friends and the family and this and that. And it's like, yeah, we can't do X right now, but like, look at all the things we can do. So I highly recommend like writing gratitude lists. Those are super powerful. Like just being in gratitude, just being more conscious of like all the things that you do have, and just like appreciating the people in your life more, appreciating everything. I mean, this whole thing has made everyone, I believe, more appreciative of just so many things like live music, you know, and friendships and just everything, like so much. So yes, when you have gratitude, you absolutely are stepping in your power, and it also helps you manifest things faster as well. Because when you're like, oh my God, I'm so excited, you know, for this, I'm so excited that I have X, Y, Z, like the universe is like, I'm gonna give you more of that because you are grateful. So that's exciting. So let's bring more of this to Dani because she's excited and she appreciates us, you know? Okay. Let's see. Number 4 or 5. Not great with math, but it's all good. Be conscious of your language. Our words shape our life. Man, there's so many people that walk around just saying like, it's so hard to make money, poor me, I'm broke, this is so hard, 24/7, and they're just constantly in this negative state of mind, which doesn't help you attract more money. You literally get in this like cycle spinning every time. You're like, oh my God, it's so hard. Oh my God, it's so hard. Oh my God, it's so hard. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Life's so hard. Like, I am broke, blah, blah, blah. You can't make money as an artist. No one's going to pay me. It's like, well, yeah, with that attitude, why would they? You know, our thoughts shape our life. So it's like when we are more conscious of like our words, if you don't believe in something, maybe you could say, it's possible. It's possible to make more money. It's possible someone could just pay for my dinner tomorrow for no reason, you know? So just like start small. But like, it's possible versus like, it's impossible. This is never gonna happen. No, this is never gonna happen. And oh my God, like, why would this happen? People are against me. The whole world's against me. Nobody wants me. Nobody loves me. It's like, yeah, if you're going to keep saying that, that is what you will bring into your life, like a magnet. Our thoughts are like magnets. So it's like, okay, yeah, she says nobody loves her and everyone wants to take advantage of her and she's broke. So let's give her more of that, you know? Okay, so yes, watch your language and just be conscious of what you say. Next is watch your judgments. So this is a big one I've learned recently. When we write down all our judgments and all the things that we think about the world, it's usually things we don't like about ourselves. And that is like hard truth because you're like, oh my God, that person is so annoying. Why do they talk so much? Or why do they always never give me space? Or why are they so pushy with sales? They're so effing annoying. It's like, oh wait, I do that. Like, I'm pushy. Like, oh, I'm texting those people all the time. Like, oh, I hate that part about myself. You know? So it's like the next time you judge something, think about it. You're like, maybe this is something that I don't like about myself and it's something I secretly want to change. Or something that I really want. Like jealousy, you know? When I see like people on like stage, I'm like, like that person annoys me. Why are they so young and they're performing at like 15 years old? And I'm like, oh yeah, like I wish I could do that. I wish I had the guts to play guitar and go perform at 16 years old and not be afraid or whatever. So watching judgments really helps us step into our power and makes us really aware of like our life. Be kind to yourself, love yourself more. Like just be kind to yourself. Do things that make you happy. Do things that bring you joy. Eat food that makes you happy. Celebrate life. You know, just like have more fun. Like just bring happiness into your life. Me personally, I'm obsessed with musicals. So like every time like I want joy, I would just like blast Broadway music like Hamilton and jam out and I'd be like, yes, like whatever it takes for you to get in like the good mood, like do it. Just be kinder to yourself. Respect yourself, set boundaries, surround yourself with good people. It all comes down to like self-love, even eating and food and habits and working out, all of it. It's all about loving yourself. When we love ourselves, we're happier and we treat others better and people will treat us better. Because when we love ourselves, it's a reflection and then people will like whoa, I love that person. Like, I want to pay that person a lot of money because they value themselves. So I feel that. So I want to pay them because they love themselves. It's the same with a relationship. If you're like, oh, like, I don't love myself, but I want this guy to love me. It's like, what? Why would they love you if you don't even love you? You can't. You can't. Or you'll attract people that are like disrespecting you and validating and like showing you that, boy, this is how you love yourself. This is how you treat yourself. So here's a mirror of like, they don't respect you. Well, you don't respect you, And that's the same with clients. That's the same with musicians. That's the same with everyone, it's all around. Okay. Visualizing. Oh my God. The power of our minds are like so powerful. So when we like visualize what we want and we see ourselves on stage and we see ourselves with those Grammys, when we see ourselves, I mean, Jim Carrey wrote a check for all this money like years before he even got his gig, and then he got a gig. It's like, that is totally possible. Start visualizing what you want to see in the world happen, what you want to see happen with your music career. Visualizing is such a powerful tool. Creating things like vision boards on Pinterest, writing them down, making lists, and also like focusing on the emotion of it as well. Like, it's important to be like, really think about how you would feel when this happened, not just like, oh, cool, I got $1 million. It's like, oh my God, I just got $1 million. This is amazing. I'm so excited. This is like the coolest thing ever. And this is what I'm going to spend my money on. Or, oh my God, I just got a Grammy. This is so awesome. Like, I have to write my thank you speech. Like, write your thank you speech before you even get a Grammy. Show the universe, like, I'm in. Like, this is for real. Like, take steps to do it. And visualize. Like, yeah, visualize is important. Okay. Becoming more self-aware. Becoming more self-aware is like really important, and understanding that our emotions are like the gateway to everything. So it's like, first of all, we always have been trained to just not feel and just like always be positive. And it's like, no, like, we need to feel. We have to feel to heal. So we need to feel, we need to cry, we need to scream, we need to get things out. We need to speak our minds. When we like just don't speak our minds, that's when we have a lot of issues with our throat, because we're not like saying what we want to say to people. And I've had so many issues with this, because a lot of my life I've just been like, I'm afraid to hurt their feelings, I'm afraid to make them mad. And I still can struggle with this sometimes. It's ironic because I'll have like singing issues sometimes. And it's like, well, yeah, because you're not speaking your mind. So being in touch with your emotions and like understanding it's okay to feel, it's okay to cry, it's okay to get really angry, it's okay to be like, F you, this person and that person, like, not tell them obviously, but like, it's okay to get that out, journal on it. Tap on it. Tap on it's like a really powerful thing, like EFT, emotional freedom technique. I mean, there's so many ways to get out emotions, but it's important to get them out, not just hold them. Because when we hold them, we create illnesses, we create energetic blocks, we create all these things when we're just like holding in all these emotions, like yell, scream, cry. Like, it's okay to feel. It's okay to be human and feel. So that's like really, really important. And like, the cool thing about being an artist and a songwriter is that you can just like write these songs with all these emotions. You can like get things out in music and art, and like, there's so many like cool ways to like get things out. Trying to see if I missed anything. Let's see. Oh yeah, I did, because we skipped. Okay, cool. So, knowing your worth. When you know your worth, you are stepping into your power. When you let other people determine your worth, you're giving away your power. And it's okay to not work with everyone. It's okay to not take every gig. I think a lot of us are like, well, I need money, so I'm gonna take every gig. It's like, just go with how you feel about it and like how you feel about that person. Sometimes it's not worth it. Sometimes it's not worth like the emotional stress and the anxiety that person is putting on you, because they're like, oh my God, you're gonna like save me. kind of thing, that does not feel good. So set boundaries and like know your worth. And like the more you know your worth and the more you love yourself, like the more others are gonna also want to pay you and want to value you because you value yourself. So knowing your worth is like super important. And like there's so many ways that musicians can make money. Like I feel like sometimes people think there's like no ways, but there are. You can get so creative. Like you can do, like one of my clients is doing like birthday grams on like what's it called? I can't think of the name, but like birthday grams. You can do like holiday grams. You can like be like, I'm gonna do a private show for, you know, whoever wants to buy this. Like here's like a private concert. Here's like really cool merch. Here's like homemade, you know, t-shirts or homemade notebooks or homemade pens. And I even see a lot of artists and like people creating masks now as like merch. And it's like, that's actually really smart because everyone wants that. So it's like, if you make that, that's going to sell like really fast. So it's like really getting creative and like thinking about like your audience and like what they love and like how you can align that. Doing lessons is also another way, like voice lessons, guitar lessons, production lessons. If you're an amazing producer, you can like charge people to consult, and you can consult on almost anything. So if you're an expert in something, it doesn't have to just even be music related. If you're great with social media, if you're great with Instagram, if you're great with video editing, there's always something people want a skill for and pay for. So really like start thinking about like, what am I really good at and that can help others? What can I help? What skills do I have that people will pay for? And sometimes you can barter, but like, it's just, you just have to know your work. Let's see. I feel like that was the last thing. I have like 7 minutes. So do you have questions for me or do you want me to just like keep kind of rambling? Like,
I think you're doing a great job.
Oh,
I agree with everything you've said so far. It's all about your mindset and your attitude and how you work with other people to see who's attracted to you.
Yeah.
A lot of people keep saying, I want to be on a bigger tour. I want to get on a bigger show. I want to do this and do that. It's like, but are you a good hang? I mean, are you as good off stage as you are on stage? Because if you're not in a mindset or person where people are attracted to you, then it's going to be hard to land those next level tours.
And also like you attract the people on your vibration. You attract the people that are a vibrational match to you. So if you're a very selfish person and egotistical, most likely you're going to attract a lot of egotistical, selfish people. And if you're like a very like, I'm in my power kind of thing and respectful and self-love, you're going to attract more people that are going to respect and love you. Your world is a reflection of you. So that's like, just like paying attention to like how people treat you and what's going on. It's like, oh, I wonder why this is happening. This might be happening because of X. You know, that's really powerful to start like realizing that like you're attracting things in your life. Everything happening to you is usually like your fault. That's crazy to hear, but it's like subconsciously. You're not doing it purposely. You're not like, oh my God, I want this awful thing to happen. But subconsciously we self-sabotage like a lot. Even me, I notice when I'm like emotional, I start like, I need ice cream, I need cookies, I need sugar. I can't just like sit in my emotions and like feel it, and I'm working on that. But it's like I'm like self-aware, you know. It's like, oh, maybe like I'm avoiding this, you know, maybe I'm using this to like avoid this. And I think like this whole thing has kind of made people really forced to just sit with themselves and like feel things and think about things and reflect on things and like really be like, okay, like, yeah, this is happening. Like, I need to change my life. This is the time to transform. This is the time to shift. This is the time to think, do I really want to do this? Is this really what I want? So, yeah, I mean, yeah.
Well, we have a couple minutes left here. I want to bridge between the last workshop and the one coming up.
Sure.
Can you see a person's personality or see their attitude through their digital media or while they're on stage, and how do they translate one into the other?
Can you repeat it one more time?
If you're looking through a person's social media or a band's social media, can you see where their mindset is? And can you see it when they're on stage performing?
I feel like on videos, it's a lot easier to like tell about someone's personality versus just seeing like a nice photo. So on video, you can absolutely show your personality. You can show comedy. You can show like, you know, very like proper and like high end. You can show like just fun and silly. So I think on video, you can absolutely show personality, and like especially with like your highlights on Instagram and stuff, like the colors you use and the branding and the fonts, like all of that like reflect that. As far as like live music, yeah, I mean if you're wearing like sparkly stuff versus like goth stuff versus like spiked stuff versus like big sets, like, you know, versus like small acoustic stuff, it all comes down to like personality and branding. It's like the world's your stage. Like you can create any kind of thing that you want. You could be yourself. You could be a whole different character. I mean, it just varies.
So is it okay for a musician to have an off day
Yes.
on media, on live, on in person?
I would say like it's good to be consistent with social media, but that's why you can schedule things. Like I think if you schedule things, it's a lot better. Although it's hard for me to do that, but like I would say it's good to schedule things and like organize things so that you don't actually have to be like posting in real time. You can just be like, all right, I'm gonna make like 5 posts this week, schedule it all on Sunday. It's gonna show up next week, and that's it. So you spend like an hour creating content, scheduling it, and then it's out, and then you don't have to like necessarily show up like 24/7. But I think the industry doesn't talk enough about just like mental health and like, yes, it's okay to have an off day 100%. Like without our health, we have nothing. So it's like if we're not like putting that first, nothing else matters. If we're $1 million, if we're millionaires and like our health sucks, like what is that? It means nothing. It's all material. It's like, yeah, it's great to make money and be successful, but like we need to value like our health 100%. So yes, off day, absolutely. That's, it goes back to just being kind to yourself and just loving yourself and like listening to your body and listening to your mind and just, yeah.
Yeah, I know that sometimes in the industry it's hard because you feel like you're always on stage. Even when you're not on stage, you always feel on stage. I like to let people know that it's okay to be off a little bit. It's okay to have a bad day or to be in a bad mood, but to learn to express and cope with it rather than being angry at somebody who walks up to you for an autograph, finding a better way to cope with it.
Yeah.
That is more suitable for the situation.
Well, I definitely recommend tapping. I think tapping is super helpful when it comes to anger, sadness, any of it. You know, we don't want to just blow up on people. Like that would end really badly. So learning like coping mechanisms is like really, really important, and really being self-aware with how we're feeling at all times is like really going to help us a lot.
It is almost time for the next speaker. Do you have any final words?
If anyone wants to get in touch with me, they can reach me on Facebook at Dani Abundance or go to my website at danifelt.com. That's DANIFELT.com. You can also get my Singer Success Guided Meditation. And I also have a really cool Facebook group called Mindset Mastery, which is all about like high vibe. And if you liked what I talked about in that, you can also join that as well. And yeah, it's been awesome, and keep going for your dreams and keep doing things and just love yourself more.
Thanks, Dani. I appreciate your time, and I will be following up with you later.
Sounds great. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. Hi, Amy.
Hey, how are you? I guess I need to enable something here. Hang on a second.
The camera.
Yep.
There we go.
How are you doing?
I'm good. There you are. I don't see Tom quite yet, but I'm assuming he'll be here soon.
I hope so. Yeah, I was trying to call him.
There he is.
Tom.
Tom the man. Tom. Oh.
Do you see him on there?
Well, I let him in, but then he disappeared.
Oh, there he is.
Hey, Tom.
Hey.